Hey guys, Doug Broadbent here. I just wanted to shoot you a quick video today, and I want to talk to you about how important it is to fail. And you know, a lot of people are probably gonna make fun of this, and I hope you do. You know, it's an interesting thought because I've been studying up on self-development, and I'm sure many of you have as well. And one of the things that they teach is that you need to learn how to fail. You need to actually accept the fact that you're going to fail. And this might sound negative, but if you'll just stick with me for a second here, you'll get the idea of what I'm talking about. Now, see, there was kind of an interesting thought that I had the other day, kind of a metaphor, if you will, about how before you have success, usually you have a couple failures, right? Most people, they probably won't agree with that, especially if you haven't had success yet. But there's been a couple of my mentors, really successful people, and I'm not here to brag about them or the company that I'm in, but some of them made a couple million just last year, and that's the level they're at, and it's kind of interesting to hear them talk because they usually choose, their favorite subjects usually aren't about traffic, it isn't about selling, it isn't about recruiting, and it's kind of funny that that's the case. Usually what their subject is about mindset, and that's usually the thing that they will tell you is important. And it's because that's really the thing where you have a shift. Everything else can be learned on a conscious level, but mindset is a very unconscious level, and for a lot of us it's one of the hardest things to learn how to manage. So I just wanted to kind of go over a couple things about failure and success, and kind of distinguish what each of them mean, because a lot of people think that failure is just this terrible word, and it's this terrible thing, and if you fail, you're done for, right? Some people think if you fail, at a business, you go bankrupt. Well, yeah, sometimes you do. But, failure is literally one of the most common precursors to success. Let me say that again. Failure is one of the most common precursors to success. So if you have not failed yet in your business, if you haven't, tried a couple of things and fell flat on your face, or maybe you're pretty good at it, and you still have these, say maybe once in a while you have a video that flops, or you have a campaign that flops, that's really a precursor to success. If you think about it, you got to think about failure the right way, and this video is going to be a lot about mindset. Now I'm going to try to, like I said before, I'm going to try to keep this a little bit shorter, and just kind of give you the the golden nuggets instead of telling you stories all day. But it's kind of an interesting thought. The metaphor that I was thinking of the other day is that when a baby is learning how to walk, and if you've ever seen this, it's probably one of the most hilarious things ever. They fail in such a massive way. It's just hilarious to watch, right? If you've ever seen that, I'm sure you have. But the interesting thing is that how long would you give your child? How long would you give them as far as time before you give up on them? How much time would you give them before you say, okay, Johnny, or okay, Debbie, you can't walk now. Because you failed so many times, we just don't think you're going to walk. I've never heard of any good parent do that. Why? Because it's simple. Because intuitively we know that we're going to have to fail to succeed. And, like I said, some people think this is a negative conversation. It is not a negative conversation. It's a very realistic conversation. And if you go and look into the biographies and the histories of successful people that in real estate and in business and in self-development and in every single place, and in music and entertainment and acting, they have all had their failures. And if you go look up their biographies and you find their old movies or their old albums, a lot of times they're so terrible it makes you laugh, right? You're just like, wow. and you see the big contrast. But the point of this video today and this blog is to encourage you to keep on failing. You need to keep on failing. You need to keep on trying. Just because you failed a few times, that doesn't mean that you have given up. See, giving up's way, way worse than failing. You know, failing is just a precursor to success. But giving up, that's not a precursor to success. That's a precursor to doom, and that's a precursor to death, really. In all reality, you know, even in absolute physical form, it is. You know, people say, I give up, I'm not going to try to live, and then they die. So many people do that. And, you know, but that really has to pertain to your mind and to your business and your life, even your personal life. You know, many people have failed in relationships, right? And failed in a marriage, and was still able to bring it back and to make it better than ever before. And that's the reason for that, is because if you keep failing, that means you're still trying. That means you haven't quit. The word quit is got to be the most, the worst thing that you could ever think of doing, is quitting. So, you know, I hope this inspired you. I hope that you take this and you decide to say, you know what, I'm not going to quit. Whatever your company you're in, whatever opportunity you're in, maybe you're seeing this and you're not even in the entrepreneur world. Maybe you're just, you know, working a job. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you don't have the goal of earning money. That's fine. This is a life principle, and you know, I really encourage you to just keep trying, keep moving forward, keep doing everything that you can, every idea you get to make yourself better, to make your life better, and to become more, you know. And in business, this is really, really applicable. And, excuse me, this is really applicable because, you know, in business, so many people come and go, right? You know, they'll try this opportunity, this idea. It typically starts with an idea, right? You know, they'll make some kind of product, or they'll come up with this idea of promoting a product or a company, and they fail. And that's really one of the first steps. That's really the precursor to success. Now, just because it's the precursor to success doesn't mean it's only going to take you one failure, right? Like I said, I encourage you to go study the biographies of successful people, because you're going to learn that, you know, when the light bulb was invented, it didn't just take one failure, did it? It took a lot of failures, but guess what? Now we have light, right? Now we have, you know, headlights on our car so that we can drive from, you know, from LA to New York, right? And we can drive right through the night, you know, and I mean, there's just so many uses. It's amazing how it changed the entire world, because that one man decided that his failures were only small precursors and indicators that success is on its way. He's going to eventually get there, and he got there, right? Now, if you're in internet marketing specifically, because that's typically what I teach about, you know, if you had a campaign that failed and maybe you spent $50, maybe you spent $5,000 on that campaign. Maybe you put all your chips in the table and you got cleaned, right? You know, even at that point, even if you lost a lot, right? That's still a precursor. And if you, this is the thing that I'm really trying to get across today, and I'll let you go and go ahead and then get to going and get applying and moving forward. Just if you're failing, and if you failed before, remember it's not something to be embarrassed about, and it's also a precursor to success. So keep on failing till you succeed. And I appreciate you watching this video. And if you want to learn more about this kind of thing, subscribe to my channel. And you know, and let me just say this real quick before I close. If you do not have a system that you're using right now that you realize is the system and is the company that you want to be a part of, that's really going to help you get from point A to point B, and you know, I'm not encouraging you to quit any company, but if you're just not satisfied and you're not in a place where you feel like you're going to succeed, I want you to go ahead and go in the description bar, and I'm going to leave you a link to get on my list. And I want you to go ahead and watch the video that you see after you opt in with your email, and that will actually walk you through the steps of joining my team and the company that I'm in. And you know, I hope that you really enjoyed this. I hope that this inspired you. Like I said before, go out and implement it. Go out and keep failing till you succeed, and encourage others to do the same. And I appreciate watching this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.